Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Optimizer. So in this video we are going to start with how to draw a different geometry with the help of HyperMesh. So in last series we have seen a different 1D exercises, 1D tutorials. So from this we are going to start with how to draw a basic geometry with the help of HyperMesh. Okay, so let us start. So in this video we are going to dealing with geometry menu. So from that geometry we are going to use lines, surfaces, solids. So we are going to start from lines, how to draw the lines, what are the different techniques to draw the lines, what are the different techniques to draw surfaces, solids, and after that we are going to start with actual drawing of this one. Okay, so firstly start with lines. So once you are just click on lines, there are different options to create a lines. Okay, so in that first one is with the help of coordinates. So with the help of coordinates you can draw the line. So for example, so this is x-axis, y-axis, and perpendicular to screen is z-axis, correct? So I'm going to draw a line in x direction which has a length of around 100 mm. Okay, so start point I will keep as it is, that is 0 0 0, and y point in x point I am going to give 100 as a length of the line. So just click on create and just click on fit in all. Just see 100 mm length line is created. Okay, now suppose I want to create one more line which starts from the 0 0, but it should be in vertical direction, as we can say in vertical direction it has a length of 250 mm. Okay, so in y direction it should be 50 mm. So just I am going to 0 here and put 50 in y direction. Just click on create. Just see, so this is 100 mm length horizontal line, and this one is vertical line. If you want to change the color of geometry, just go here and you can change the color as per your requirement. Just see. Okay, so this is how you can create a line with simple coordinates. Now suppose instead of this, if you want to create line with the help of nodes, so how to do that? So for that, go to geometry, nodes, and you can create a node. Just like I'm going to create one node at 0 0 0, second node at 50 0 0, like this, third one is at 50 50 0. So I created around 3 nodes, and one more node I am going to create 50 50. Not only in 2D plane, you can create it in 3D plane like this. Okay, so these 3 nodes are in one plane and this one is at another plane. Okay, so that is in z direction. So you can join these nodes with the help of lines. So for that you just go to geometry, lines, and from that you can select these linear nodes. Okay, so from this to this, first node create, from this to this create, like this you can create a line. Okay, or you can click on create, or you can click on a scroll, so that it will be create automatically. Okay, so this is how you can create a lines. I hope you understood. This is a basic thing. So if you want to delete any of this line, you need to go to delete, select lines from this list, and you can select these lines like this and just click on delete. Okay, so no need to delete all the geometry. You can select a specific line and you can delete it. Okay, so now next we are going to see now how to create a line with drag along a vector. Okay, so these things are very simple one. So now just I'm going to select this node and I want to draw a line in x direction. So just you can select a axis in which direction you want to create a line, and then you can enter a distance. For example, I have selected entered as 50. So just click on drag plus. So from this node in x direction 50 mm line is created. Okay, so this is what drag. If you want to create in minus direction, you can create like so. You can reject this and click on select this node and click on drag minus. So in negative x direction the line will be created. Okay, now just click on return again. So we have seen verse 3. Now next we are going to see how to create a different types of arc with the help of this. Okay, just go to arc. Okay, now I am going to select this node about which I want to create a arc. Okay, so this is the origin, or this is center we can say, of that circle or of that arc, and perpendicular to which direction you want to create the circle that you need to select. So I want to create about perpendicular to Z direction, so just click on Z here, and radius you can enter as per your requirement and just click on create. So here arc is there, so angle you can create as 360. So 360 arc will be created, 360 degree arc will be created here. So instead of this, suppose I want 180, so you can mention 180, just click on create. Okay, so it starts from here and ends here. Now suppose I want to start it from this top portion, top point, and I want to end here, so just you need to mention offset as 90. Just click on create. So it starts from here and ends here. Okay, so if you want this in opposite direction, just enter minus here, so minus 90, and just click on create. Just see, it starts from here and ends here. Okay, so any customized angle you can define, not only 360, 180, 35, 125, whatever you want you can define and you can create it. Okay, return. So we have seen the arc, center and radius, and you can just refer other two options also. Now you can create circle, center and radius. So this is a simple one again, so just click on 0 offset, and again you can select any node and click on create. Directly the circle is going to be created. Okay, other option you can check and you can use this. For example, this one is intersect. Whenever two surfaces you are going to select from this one, whatever the intersecting line is there, automatically line will be created there. Okay, the next one is offset. If suppose you have created one line, offset to that line one more line will be created. Midline means if suppose you have selected two lines, in between that one more line will be created. This fillet is useful if suppose two lines are perpendicular to each other intersecting, and if you want to fillet that with some radius, then you can use this one. If you want to create a tangent in between two circle, you can use this also, and other option you can check it. Okay, so this is all about lines. Now next we are moving towards the surfaces. Okay, so this surface is again a very simple one. We are going to start with basic, that is square or square, and after that we are going to start one by one. Okay, so here you can select any axis perpendicular to which you are going to create a square. So perpendicular to Z direction I am going to create a square. You need to select a center of the square. Suppose I am going to select center of the circle, center of the square like this, and then you can define a size as 100. So 100 by 100 square I am going to create, and I have selected the center and about which the line square will be created. Just see, create. So this is total length of this one is 100, not this length. Total length is 100 by 100. So this is how you can create a square. So if you want to change the axis, so just go here and about y axis I want to create, and just click on create. So just see, perpendicular to y direction the square is created. Okay, return. So this is what we can say a square. Now next thing we are going to select cylinder. How to draw a cylinder? This is all about surfaces, not total solid we are going to create it. Only surfaces we are going to create it with the help of these options. Okay, so two things you need to define here. First one is cylinder's bottom center, and second one is along length, along which direction you want to create a cylinder. Okay, that is normal vector. So just see, bottom center I am going to select this, and normal vector along which vector you want to create a cylinder, that you need to define. So I am going to select this node. So the normal vector will be this one. So along this line cylinder will be created. Okay, so here you can I will define base radius as 50. So radius will be 50 and length will be 100. So just click on create. Just see. So one more time I will explain this. Bottom center we have selected this, and normal vector this node we have selected. So along this axis cylinder will be created, correct? And base radius is 50 like this, and height is 100. Height is 100. So this is how you can create a cylinder. Okay, so you need to define bottom center, normal vector direction, base radius and height. Okay, Now next part we are going to see, that is cylinder partial. So in this you need to define three nodes. First one is bottom center, as we have selected. Next one is normal vector, along which vector you want to create it, and major vector. So I'm going to select major vector as this node. Okay, and now you can define whatever you want to define here, 50, 100, 180. So that is base radius, height, start angle, and end angle. That means instead of full cylinder we are going to create a half cylinder only. Just see. So this is length around which it is going to be created. This is a major axis of that cylinder, and 180 degree only angle we have created. Okay, so this is how you can define it. So that is about cylinder. Now next we are going to see about cone. Okay, so cone is just like a cylinder, only you need to define one more thing, that is top radius. Okay, in cylinder the radius is constant, but here radius is variable. So one more thing you need to define, that is top radius. Okay, so bottom center normal vector will keep as it is, and here top center suppose 25 and entered, and base radius I had taken as 100. Okay, and height is around 200, and just click on create. Just see. So we are defined bottom center like this, and normal vector in this direction. Base radius is, this radius is 100, top radius this one is 20, correct, and height, total height is 200. Okay, so if you want to again create a partial cone, that is also possible. Just go here and click on cone partial, and again select same. You need to define one more, that is major vector, and you can define like this. So just see, half cone is created. Okay, half cone is created. So this is how you can create a cone also. Now next thing we are going to see now is sphere. So in that sphere center and radius. Okay, so this is node and radius is this one, and just click on create. Okay, so simple one. You need to define a center of the sphere and radius of the sphere. Okay, now next, sphere with 4 nodes. Here you need to define a center and other 3 nodes. Automatically in between that the sphere will be created. Okay, so just you can check that. Now we are going to see sphere partial. Here you need to define a center, radius node, and phi node 1, so about which the sphere is going to be created, and you can define radius, theta begin, from where the sphere is going to be start and end, and just click on create. Just see, from here it is started, and we have started from 90 and ended at 360, so 90 mm gap will be created. Okay, so this is how you can create a partial circle, sorry, not circle, partial sphere. Okay, so just reject it, return. Now one more thing that we are going to see, that is what we can say, torus. Okay, so here you can say again define a center, normal vector, and minimum radius, maximum radius. You can measure a radius, suppose 50, and minor radius 25 I created. So this is the axis, just create it. Just see, so this is torus automatically created. Okay, so other things you can check from this one, just like first one. In that first one is spin. Okay, so you can draw one line, and if you want to spin it about one vector, you can spin it. Next one is drag along a vector. So one line is there. If you want to drag, you want to create a surface along z direction, you can define that and you can create it. So this spline or filler is useful for filling the surface if it is missing. And ruled is with the help of 2 lines, 4 lines, you can create a new surface, and other option you can check. Okay, so these are different things with which you can create a surfaces. Okay, now let us move towards the solids. Okay, so basically solid we are going to import from the CAD model, but even though some basic things we are going to check here. Okay, for example, first one we are going to see, that is box. Okay, block or box. So here you need to select 4 nodes. So I am going to select first, second, third, and fourth, and just click on create. So in between that 4 node block is created. Okay, so as per your requirement you can create a 4 nodes, and you can create. So 3 nodes are on same plane and 1 node is on different plane, that you need to select, and block is going to be created. Okay, now next, again, cylinder, cone, sphere, all are same, only the solids are going to be created here. For example, bottom normal vector, base radius is 25, height is 50, and just click on create. Okay, so earlier, if you just see earlier, only surfaces and top and bottom things are open. Here whole solid is created. Okay, whole solid is created. So you can delete this solid, like go to delete option. From that you can select the solids, go to just you need to go to lines, and from here you can select solids and select this solid and just click on delete. Okay, and surfaces again left there, so you can create a surfaces also. Just go here, surfaces, and select displayed and delete it. Okay, so once you have created the solid, surfaces also there, you need to delete that also. Okay, we have deleted it. So other things you can check, like cone, sphere, and torus. So all these are same only as that of we have seen in surfaces. Okay, now we are moving towards how to create the customized surfaces. Customized surfaces means, so we can create this. Okay, so we will see this one. Suppose we can create easily the square with the help of geometry menu. If suppose you want to create a rectangle which has 100 mm length and only 70 mm height, so how to create that one? Okay, 100 mm length and 70 mm height. So height, this length is 100 mm, this height is 70 mm only. So how to create that one? So for that you need to create a node first. So there are different techniques to draw it. So we are going to see first one. So just see, I am going to create nodes as per my requirement. So first node I am going to create at center. Second node in this direction at 100 mm, that is width of the rectangle I am going to define. Okay, now height of the rectangle I am going to define, that is in y direction 70 mm. Create like this, and here I am going to create a 4 nodes. Okay, so this is 100 mm distance and this is what we can say 70 mm distance. Now I am going to join these lines with the help of these nodes with the help of lines. Okay, so just go to linear nodes, whatever we have seen now. From this to this you can create first node, second node. We trying to cover the maximum commands, so there are different shortcuts to draw this, but we need to cover maximum commands, so that after that you can use different shortcuts and you can create it. Okay, so I have created the nodes. Now I want to create a surface in between this. So how to create surface? So just go to surfaces, and from that you can select this filler. Okay, ruled or filler. Okay, so I am going to select ruled. From that I am going to select 2 lines first, and next I am going to select 2 lines and just click on create. Now surface is created in this. Okay, so this is how you can create a rectangle with 100 mm length and 70 mm height. Okay, I hope understood this. Now what I want to create a circle, or I want to subtract a circle from that one. Okay, so creating rectangle we have seen. Now I want to create a hole here. How to draw that? So you need to create one more node in between, exactly at the center. So this length we know it is 50, total 100, so I'm going to take a midpoint at 50, and height is, we know height is total 70, so we have defined 35 here. Just click on create. Okay, now just click on return, and now just go to lines. From lines you can go to circle. Okay, now perpendicular to z direction I want to create, and I'm going to select this node, and radius I'm going to define as 15, or you can define as a 20, not 20, 15 is enough. And now just click on create. So just see, one circle is created. I am going to change the color so that it will be visible. So one small, just see, line is created, circle is created here, okay, like this. Now what I want to do, I want to delete this area from this rectangle. I want to delete this area from this rectangle. So how to do that? So for that you need to trim this circle, this rectangle with this line. Okay, so how to do that? So for that, go to geometry and surface edit, geometry, surface edit, and from that you need to select trim with lines, trim with lines. Okay, trim with lines. Now I'm going to select surface here. Here I'm going to with perpendicular to z direction you need to select surface, and you need to select lines from this list, and I'm going to select line and just click on trim. Just see, successfully trimmed one surface. Okay, earlier only one surface is there. Now if you want to check, just see, I'm going to select surface from this. So this surface is selecting different and this surface is selecting different. Okay, so now we have trimmed this total surface with this line, and now you can delete this middle part like this. Okay, you can delete this middle part. Okay, so from where we have deleted created trim, go to geometry, surface edit, from that trim with lines, surfaces and lines. Okay, so this is how you can trim a different portion with the help of this one. Now I'm going to reject this, or I'm going to fill this now. So you can fill this also. You can go here, select lines. Okay, you need to define a line, let it be, no problem. Okay, clear? So this is how you can create like this one. Now I'm going to draw this. Means one rectangle is there and half circle is embedded into this one. Half circle is embedded into this one. So how to draw that one? So I'm going to delete this surface directly like this. Okay, and now I'm going to create one half circle here, one half circle here. So how to create a half circle, that we know. Just go to lines. So before that you need to create one node exactly at this center. So geometry, go to nodes, and distance is here, you can define 100 and just click on create. So exactly at this center we have created the node. Now go to geometry, lines, and from that you can select a arc. Okay, so this point, so radius is we know 35 because total length is 70, so this is 35, and offset you can define -90, just click on create. Just see, one more node is create, one more line is created here like this. Okay, just click on return. Now I want to fill this total area, so just go to surfaces, again filler. So first I'm going to select these two lines, and secondly I'm going to select these two lines and just click on create. So total area is created now. Okay, now I don't want this line, so you directly you can delete this line. So just go to surfaces, lines, select this line and just delete this like this. Okay, now what I want to create one hole here again like this one. I want to create one hole here. So how I am going to create that? So before that you need to create a circle here. So just go to geometry, lines, and from this you can create a circle. So this is node thing, and offset you can maintain as 0 because we want a full circle. So 0, and radius I'm going to define 15, not 115, it should be 15 only, and just click on create. Okay, now return, and you now you can trim this. Geometry, surface edit, trim with lines, surface you can select, then line you can select, and just click on trim. Okay, successfully trim one surfaces. Okay, now return, delete, and surfaces, and just select this surface and delete it. Okay, so you can hide these lines, or you can clear this temporary node. How to create a clear the temporary node? Go to geometry, temporary node, and just click on clear all. Okay, And also you can delete the lines, but it is not necessary. You can just hide them as per your requirement. Just go to mask, and from that you can select the lines and just select whichever line you want, like this, and just click on mask. Okay, I hope you have understood how to trim lines, how to create a surfaces. So with the help of different techniques you can create the surfaces. Now one more thing, so I'm going to create a surfaces in different planes. Now suppose we have seen this creating in same plane. So now suppose I want to create a L bracket like this. Like this I want to create, suppose. So the vertical height is suppose 100, okay, width is suppose 80, okay, and this is again 100. Okay, suppose this is X direction, so height is in Y direction and width is in Z direction. So how to draw this, that we are going to see. 100, so for sake of understanding we will take 100, 100 and 100. Okay, 100, 100 and 100. So just see, I will keep this as it is. So coming back to this one, I am going to create a new file. So firstly you need to create a nodes. So first node is at again 0, 0, create. Okay, now second node I want to create in Z direction. So in Z I have taken this as a origin, this point as a origin. So I am going to create one more node here, that is in Z direction I am going to create. So you can create 100 mm in Z direction. So just see, like this. Okay, so X and Z we have created. Now 1 minute. Yeah, yes. Now in Y direction, in upward direction I want to translate these nodes. Okay, so just go to return tool and check translate. What I want to translate, I want to translate nodes. Okay, so you can select these two nodes like this. Okay, in which direction I want to translate, in Y direction I want to translate. Okay, and you can enter magnitude as 100, because these two nodes, whatever two nodes I have created here and here, that I want to translate in Y direction, correct? So but I want to duplicate this. I don't want to move this node that place, I want to duplicate this. So just click on nodes, and from this you can select a duplicate. Okay, and now in Y direction, so in Y direction I'm going to translate this. Okay, so just see, now total 4 nodes we have created. Now again I want to move these 2 nodes in X direction. In better way we will take like this. Yes, so in X direction, Z direction we have created, we have translated in Y direction. Now in X direction again I am going to translate it. So again go to nodes, duplicate this. From this you can select X axis and click on translate plus. Okay, so this is how you can create. Now you can join these nodes with the help of lines. Go to geometry, lines, from this to this, first line, second line, third line. So just join all the nodes and you can create a lines from this to this. Yeah, now just click on return. Now you can create a surfaces here. So go to geometry, surfaces, sorry, not from here, yes, from here only. Select this ruler. So first 2 lines, create. So first surface is created. Now this and this line. Okay, so we need to create one more line here. So how to create that line we know. So just go to lines, create, because the earlier line was now connected with that surfaces, so you need to create one more line. So just go to surfaces, and now you can select this, not this, this and this line, and secondly from this to this, create. Okay, so this is how you can create a L bracket. Okay, so with this technique you can create a different type of surfaces in different types of, not only surfaces, different types of geometry with the help of HyperMesh. If it is complicated, normally we import the geometry from the CAD model. Okay, I hope you understood this video and this tutorial. So let us meet to next video to start a 2D meshing. So thank you, we will meet again. Thank you very much.